Okay, so I have an extremely infuriating story here from Politico. Honestly, like nothing makes me more disgusted than this. This is really, really bad. I mean, we already knew this, but the title of the article is Bloomberg and Steyer's spending binge starts to pay off. The two have dropped more than $300 million combined, and they're rising in polls. So, for those of you that don't know, Bloomberg and Steyer are both billionaires running for president as Democrats for in 2020, and they have both just been pouring millions, literally millions, of their own money into campaign ads. So they're just carpet bombing the airwaves with campaign ads, and it's actually just starting to work. Like they have support. Who knows how like soft it is or how actually real the support is, but they both do have support. They're showing up in polls. Bloomberg, he was the mayor of New York, so he has some name recognition, but nonetheless, you're a billionaire. He has a net worth of like 52 billion. He jumps in the race, immediately skyrockets to like fifth in the polls, which is just really embarrassing, so infuriating, I have to tell you. But yeah, I'll just read this first part here. Tom Steyer's campaign has long had the look of a colossal waste. Mind-boggling sums of cash dropped on a campaign that won him nothing more than a few appearances in the Democratic debates. For Mike Bloomberg, who entered the race in November, the risk was the same. But all of a sudden, their millions are getting them somewhere. Steyer's $106 million in advertising has lifted him to new and surprising heights in Nevada and South Carolina, states in which he's swamped competitors who are focused primarily on Iowa and New Hampshire. His showings were enough to land him on the January debate stage next week in Iowa. So Tom Steyer has literally been buying his way onto the debate stage. He's made the past two or three debates. I'm not honestly sure if it's two or three, but that's just bullshit from the beginning because he's been meeting the polling threshold because of his carpet bombing the airwaves with the money, the unlimited money he has. He has like a net worth of like 1.5 billion. And in addition to that, like a year or two ago, he started this anti-Trump pro-impeachment campaign and he was like selling like anti-Trump bumper stickers and stuff, and he amassed this huge email list from that. And then the people were buying like the bumper stickers and stuff, but little did they know, every time they would buy a bumper sticker, it would count as a donation to his presidential campaign that he hadn't announced yet. So it was just fake donations, and obviously Tom Perez was like, ooh, like, yeah, sure, you can be on the debate stage, like, we don't care. And then, so that counted as a contribution to his campaign. And then him using all the ads made him skyrocket in the polls. So that's extremely disgusting that he's even allowed to be on the debate stage. And the fact that he's a billionaire running for the Democratic nomination is just so, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you don't belong in our party. Like, there should never be a billionaire running for president in the Democratic nomination, or honestly, at all. I don't think billionaires should exist. But, and I'll keep reading. Bloomberg, meanwhile, has plowed a record $211 million into states like California, Texas, and Florida. It's bringing the former New York mayor into fifth place in national surveys, just behind Pete Buttigieg. So that is crazy right there. He jumps into the race late after he sees that Bernie Sanders might actually win the nomination. That's when he started to think about running for president. Because he got in super late. He hasn't even been in any of the debates. He doesn't want to be in the debates. He's not accepting donations at all, which is the most embarrassing part of his campaign, is that he's literally not accepting any sort of donations. He's self-funding his campaign. He's a billionaire, literally trying to buy the election because the only thing he has going for him is his money. He has a horrible record. He stop and frisk when he was mayor of New York was like the main thing he's known for, which is just it's just they just disregard the Constitution. The cops can just illegally search you. I mean, it's legal, I guess, in New York, but the cops can literally just go up to anybody and just search you if they have like suspicion, and it disproportionately affected minorities. So it was just a super racist policy, like. Everybody knew it, and Michael Bloomberg was just like, oh, yeah, like, that was awesome. And he also banned big gulps, which is just so stupid, because you can literally just buy two of the smaller size drinks he's trying to like solve obesity or something, but it just doesn't work, and it's just him being authoritarian. So Michael Bloomberg is an authoritarian oligarch, and he was a Republican like 10 seconds. He just became a Democrat. So this guy is an oligarch. He's a complete fraud. He should never be leading anybody. He shouldn't be in politics right now. He shouldn't be in politics with him being as rich as he is. He's literally running for president to try to protect his own wealth, because he saw that Bernie Sanders might get the nomination. Bernie Sanders is going to raise his taxes. He's going to do a wealth tax. He's going to be extremely hard on the billionaire class, and that is literally the reason he decided to jump in the race. So him and Tom Steyer both have no business being in the race, honestly. And it just shows how... And also another thing, Michael Bloomberg isn't even starting he's not actually starting the voting, the primaries and caucuses, until Super Tuesday. So he's just not... he's not even going to be on the ballot in Iowa, New Hampshire, or any of those early states. Which is just so like, are you kidding me? This is a democracy. And you're just going to say, I don't need those. I don't need those people in those first states. Like, I got it with just the starting at the Super Tuesday stage, which just shows how arrogant he is and just how he thinks like he's just going to, oh yeah, I'll just spend, I don't know, 200 something million on ads and then it'll be fine. I'll make it to the White House, and then I won't raise my own taxes too much. I won't be too hard on the billionaire class, because he wants to be rich. Do you really think if Michael Bloomberg became president that he would actually do anything for the middle class? He wouldn't. He's so unfathomably rich, and he got into the race to protect his own wealth. That's just what he did. So this is really, like, this makes me, like, honestly, in a way, though, it's disgusting, and I hate it, and this shouldn't be a thing. This shouldn't be allowed. We should ban people running for, like, people financing their campaigns like this. We should have public funding of elections, so people can't just buy the election process. It's stupid. But, yeah, this is disgusting, but at the same time, it's honestly kind of like, I'm just glad that we can see how, like, scared they are, that the billionaires are actually, like, starting to run for president themselves because they're getting so desperate and they're trying to buy the elections. But the fact that they're rising is just so disgusting. Like, Andrew Yang didn't qualify for the debate. No, I'm not a huge Andrew Yang fan, but the fact that Michael Bloomberg and Tom Steyer qualified and he didn't, and the only reason they did was because they're billionaires, that shows that we have a fundamentally broken campaign finance system and it needs to be reformed. This is terrible. This is scary, honestly, the fact that they've made it this far. And I hate it. So, yeah, please, for the love of God, do not support Michael Bloomberg or Tom Steyer.